Hello everyone, it's the Green Blob here. Last episode what we did was we worked a little bit on the Aether. What I did in the meantime, I worked a little bit off camera. I added some trees, as you can see here. If you're wondering how I'm getting this to float, I'm using string, as you can clearly see right there. The same goes for this one. And I've also done the interior of this one, of this house. So yeah, that's the interior. But you will realize pretty soon that this also limits another thing now that I've done this. And now I will show you what it has limited. So if I go down this tunnel, you can see this little stretch is no longer possible because the house is in the way. So, what I'm probably going to have to do, because this doesn't work, is move the down part of this back and the down part of this back as well. And what that also means is that I'll have to change it for all the other tunnels, because at the end of this thing I want this place to be symmetrical. So yeah, that is a problem. But for the rest of the things that we have to do is complete this thing. This entire stretch of land, and we also need to work on getting the dungeon implemented. And now the mountain is complete, and it looks complete. So now I'm gonna talk to you about the dungeon. So the dungeon was behind his house on top of a mountain, and we're going to put it to the left of his house on top of a mountain, actually to the right. And the reason is because we don't have room in the display. So, yeah, we're gonna build this. It's not going to be hooked up to anything this time, because making an entire dungeon doesn't seem that fun. But I might hook it up to something that's summarized. So yeah. And with this whole entire thing being done now, it is time to work on the redstone. And now the dungeon is at least a little bit summarized. If I go in, and then by the way, how I'm doing this is there's a window pane in here, and then and then it goes into this cauldron, and then below that as hoppers, it filters into here, and then right here I have a command block which is taking me to the surface, and the same thing up there. It's the same situation. It just takes me down here. So yeah, down here they have 3 bosses, and once you defeated all 3 bosses, there was a mega boss that you had to fight. So here would be the first room, this would be the second room, this is the third room, and this is the final room where you would defeat the final boss. Now I haven't put any mobs in here, or just blocks to represent mobs, because I don't really know what I want to do at this current point in time. But yeah, that was today's episode. So I'm gonna go to the surface and then do the outro. So hopefully you guys like, hopefully you guys comment, hopefully you guys subscribe, hopefully after you guys subscribe, you hit the bell. But with that, that's gonna be it. So hopefully you guys like, so yeah. Sorry, I'm really tired. I've also added sand here, which was another thing that it had, and when you were on the sand, it gave you a speed effect, and that would often end up with you going into the void, and the sand mostly spawns around here, so I might put some more sand around there. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. Goodbye. I think I said everything, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Goodbye.